fact that he's in there with him.
Yeah, they're trying, I guess.
Yeah, they're trying, exactly.
Well, they had the Nash Young stuff before Hall and Waltman came in, so I guess they didn't want to just drop it completely or whatever. But from there we went to the handicap match with Hernandez versus Beer Money with Jeff Jarrett as special referee. At one point, Matt Morgan comes down to help, but he decides not to. He gets on commentary instead, and he just leaves. And Beer Money ends up getting the win. After the match, they demand Jarrett raise their hand. They push him around, and Jarrett finally has enough. Yeah, Jarrett finally has enough, and Jarrett and Hernandez beat him down, and so that was that. And then we went to the Eric Bischoff Mick Foley thing where Foley was supposed to get his head shaved, and instead, Mick Foley ended up shaving Bischoff's head. So that was cool. It was cool when it was done because Bischoff. They woke him up, put the mirror in his face. He had a great reaction, and then he picked his hair up that was on the ground and tried to put it back on his head. And it was just funny. It was all right.
Cool. Well, basically, what was about to happen is Bischoff was about to shave Foley's head, and then he grabbed his arm or something and brought out Sacco, gave him the sock.
Yeah, well, it was almost like he was hiding a gun. It was funny because it was like the big revelation that he had the sock on his hand. Because it was like, boom, he pulls the hand out, and it's like, oh, and then it's just a sock on his hand. It was funny. Whatever. Bischoff's awesome lately, man. I got to say, anytime he's on there, it's really, really good. And Foley's always good.
Especially his backstage stuff, man, when he's in the
Absolutely.
office. Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Gold. Yeah.
He plays such a good prick, man. He is such a good prick. Yeah, and then from there, we went to Christy Hemme with Shannon Moore. The biggest freak in the world. I swear to God, that guy's a weirdo.
You know what the funny thing is you've got that clique, right, where it's like Shannon Moore.
Just about to talk about that right now. Yeah.
You've got Shannon Moore, Shane Helms, Gregory Helms. You've got Matt Hardy, who's basically the only one that's still in WWE. Everybody else has been fired. You know what I mean? But that whole clique seems like they're coming. I mean, I would expect Helms to be there once his 90 days is up. You know what I mean? And Tommy Dreamer as well. I believe Dreamer's going to come in. I've got an interesting note for Dreamer in hour number 2 where basically he hints that he's going to be in TNA, but yeah, whatever.
The other thing with I was going to bring up a different point then, I guess, was that it's a clique and everything, but it seems like Shannon Moore's getting pushed down our throat because he's Jeff Hardy's friend. The same way we have to put up with the Nasty Boys because they're Hogan's friend, and we have to put up with. It's like, come on, man. There's so much. You're looking at a roster with Kurt Angle and Sting and Hardy and RVD and Nash and Hogan and Flair and Styles and all these guys. Like, why the hell do we have to put up with the Nasty Boys? Why is Shannon Moore the top X Division guy as soon as he comes in? I don't like it.
Well, they tried to push. Shannon Moore's been in TNA before. Man. Yeah. They've tried to push him, and then it kind of fizzled out. Same thing in WWE, or he's gotten these pushes, but they always fizzle out. But I couldn't agree more, man, with the Jeff Hardy thing, where it basically seems like, Hardy came in and said, I'll sign this contract, but I want Shannon
Put my friend over.
Yeah, get my friend in. That's what it seems like a case of, but who knows?
And he looks like a 30-year-old, 3-year-old. Does that make sense?
Yeah, he's good enough. Well, Sean Waltman does too. You know what I mean? Sean Waltman.
Yeah, he sticks out. It's embarrassing because he thinks he runs around like a tough guy, like a legit street tough guy, and maybe he knows some martial arts and shit, but.
Right.
Bro, look at him. You're a string bean, man. Ain't nobody. I mean, just from a appearance standpoint, you're not intimidating at all. I mean, you might be able to fuck some shit up. Who knows? But you don't look like it, and that's all little kids look at is what you look like.
Well, it's the same thing with Brother Runt, but he doesn't have that attitude, the same attitude.
Yeah, he comes out and he gets his ass thrown around everywhere. X-Pac's like the big bully. He's not a bully. He's a 16-year-old with a beard, From there, we had like a bunch of Ultimate X crap. I actually didn't watch any of this, so if you've seen it, you can tell me. But there was a bunch of high spots and ladders, and they had the X Division or the what's that called?
They've got the Ultimate X. They're going to do an Ultimate X match at the Destination X pay-per-view. The main spot was they had a bunch of guys on the outside, and Amazing Red.
Who did the dive? Amazing Red.
Yeah, he came off the top of the ladder, did the dive, and
he did a flip actually, not a dive. He flipped off the top, and he got up there too, man. He was way up there.
He is nasty, bro. I'll tell you what. As far as X Division wrestlers, amazing. He's so fucking fast, dude. Everything he does is just balls to the wall.
I remember I was a big TNA fan before you were, when they did the weekly pay-per-views for $5, and it was the low-key Amazing Red AJ Styles show with Jeff Jarrett as the top. But I swear to God, Amazing Red was amazing. I mean, I'd never even heard of him before I seen him. I'm like, who the fuck is this? He is awesome.
He is fucking.
Yeah.
He's so nasty, dude. And then last night, or the flip off the ladder was just, I mean, it was sick. Basically, that was all done to promote the X Division, the Ultimate X match that's going to go down at the Destination X pay-per-view. And I'll tell you what,
it's kind of sad they only get one segment of the show now, the entire division.
I know,
you know?
Isn't it? Well, here's another thing, though. At Destination X, you're going to have the Ultimate X match, and then they're going to do a ladder match as well with all those guys. So I mean, you've got this on that pay-per-view that are definitely worth going out of your way to order. You know, I'd order that pay-per-view just for those two matches in general. You know, and then you've got the main event with who's it, AJ Styles and Abyss. Right, that's the main event. So
that's pretty sad. I had to think about that. Hold on, I can finish this in 2 seconds. There's only two things left. Abyss cuts a Hulk Hogan promo. That's pretty much it. Then we go to the main event. It's AJ Styles versus Jeff Hardy with Abyss. Supposedly a really good match. I kind of skimmed through it because I don't care. And in the end, Ric Flair, what was it? Abyss did the count. Jeff Hardy wins, and then Flair gets a steel chair and he beats Hardy up with it. Then he tries to beat Abyss with it, and Abyss is just no-selling the hell out of it. And they're on the ramp, and I guess they had a section of the ramp ready for a spot as Abyss chokeslams Ric Flair through the entrance ramp, and that was pretty much how the show ended there.
And that was Impact. And then I'll tell you what, we'll take a commercial break. We'll come back. All we got on Monday Night Raw is the contract signing with Bret Hart, Steve Austin, and Vince McMahon. So I'll run that down real quick, and then we've got a lot of news and rumors and all kinds of good shit for hour number 2. Take your live phone calls as well. I heard a phone ring, but nonetheless, whatever. We'll go to break and try to figure that out. You're listening to WZR Radio with Ryan Clark Matt Boone. We'll be back right after this.